Welcome back. You are watching KTN Prime, and I want to appreciate your viewership and your feedback on social media. At this point in time, I want to get straight into it and unveil my guests tonight. They are very intentional about being here to discuss the state of the nation. Senator Makueni County, Dan Manzo, has created time to be here, and of course is going to speak shortly. Javas Bigambo, who is a policy and governance analyst, has equally made his way to the studios. Gentlemen, asante nisana, and good evening.
Good evening.
Now, we have a very interesting big question, because even as we're speaking on this matter, the question regarding the IEBC, it's not a new concept really. Kenyans have been asking, when will we put together an IEBC? And now suddenly there's an amendment to the act that would rather the IEBC results, presidential results, are not streamed live. As you give your comments, your introductory comments, I would also love to hear your thoughts on this big question. Do you support this proposal? Senator Karibu.
Yes, thank you. Unfortunately, I'll be debating this on the floor of the House.
Yes.
But without anticipating debate, for there to be such a bill and brought by the leader of majority in the Senate, then it means government has carefully considered that bill, and it must be for their own benefit. All that I can say for now is I see mischief in that particular amendment, because it were better if you combine, if you tally, you tally at the polling center, and at the same time tally at the constituency where there is a returning officer, and still tally, a national tally. And you see, the constitution is very clear. The chairman of the IEBC is the returning officer for the presidential elections, and therefore whatever amendments brought must really work within the constitution. They must not contradict the constitution of Kenya. The moment they do so, then they are unconstitutional, and we expect a little bit of litigation on this.
All right.
I'm almost 100% sure that this will be pushed through, just like many other illegal bills which have gone through the current National Assembly and Senate. There are very, very many, and I'm sure the courts are going to be very busy deciding on the constitutionality of quite a number of statutes.
Interesting, because I know you have a legal background as well. And speaking of litigation, let me hear from Javas Bigambo. What do you foresee?
Thank you so much. It is the constitutional obligation of the legislature to consider any bill, because Parliament is the legislating chamber in any constitutional democracy such as ours. And it's the duty of Parliament to consider the bill as shall be tabled. And we know that in the manner in which we have framed our constitution, even if a proposal or an amendment emanates from the executive, there is the collective legislative approach that first has to be taken care of by Parliament, and then secondly, the aspect of the people legislating from outside by way of public participation. And it is Parliament, through very robust debate and by way of rigorous participation by the public, who will consider as to whether the amendment being moved should hold and therefore live to see the light of day as legislation or otherwise. What we know is that politics has to be considered in all this. As a matter of fact, much as we shall goad ourselves into the debate of the said proposition, I think our views as external members of Parliament may only hold a minimal persuasive view, but the critical legislative work rests upon the shoulders of parliamentarians, including my very own relative, my senior Senator Manzo here.
You're very own relative. Gentlemen, first I want to appreciate your opening remarks, but just stay put. We come back with you for an even deeper analysis of other matters. Of course, Senator here has been saying that the Kenyan ministries that are concerned with exported labor should be a little bit more serious about protecting these individuals. We come back with that analysis after we, of course, bring you other stories. And the Council